From Metzger Financial Services, offering a complete comprehensive review of your financial portfolio. This is your News Now Sports.
Good evening and welcome to your News Now Sports. I'm Tony Quach. It's the final week of the high school football regular season. At Coldwater, a MAC title is on the line when the Cavaliers face Marion Local. Our Adam Solomon is at the game with both head coaches.
Well, it's a pretty easy choice for our Pigskin preview. The game of the season thus far, #1 Marion Local, #1 Coldwater. With me is head coach Chip Otten, head coach Tim Goodwin. Coach Otten, we're going to start with you. Over the last week or so, is there anything that you've noticed in practice that maybe your team needs to sharpen up on as you prepared for Marion Local in the postseason?
I guess there's just more focus. Everybody takes a little bit more. Everybody says you prepare the same way for everybody, but when it comes down to it, these types of games, you maybe watch a little bit more film. You can just tell the kids are a little bit more focused in practice and a little more attentive on doing things the right way. At least the old guys, because the young guys are done.
Sure, right.
They're done with their season. So I would say, just the focus is probably the thing that I noticed the most.
You mentioned some of those big games. You've been part of a lot of those in your career. Is there any lessons, or what are the lessons you've taken from some of those games to maybe instill in these kids to keep them dialed in?
You got to convince them, and not necessarily convince them because we won a lot of those games, but to play with confidence, and I guess we're the huge underdog in this game, and convincing our kids that we're pretty good too, and to go out there and play with confidence and play the next play, and because they're obviously Marion's going to make some plays, so you just keep playing and stay at it.
Coach Goodwin, what has the message been to your kids going into this week to keep them loose and focused on the task at hand and avoid possible distractions? And Coach, I know my presence being here is adding to that potential list of distractions going in.
Yeah, like Chip said, our guys have been in big games before, just like their guys have. And I think what separates these two teams from other teams is our kids will have the ability to just go out there and play. Just do what we do, and that's what Coldwater's going to do. And both teams are going to put it out there, and we're going to see who wins.
When it comes to this Coldwater team, is there something that stands out about this year, or is from the tape you've seen, is it more of what we've come to expect from a Chip Otten-led program?
Oh, I mean, it's a lot of the same, but every year's different. I mean, I think they're physical. I think they got some outstanding players that roam around in there on defense that are pretty tough to block. So I think a big key for us are can we block 25, 78, 14, 24? So we're going to find out.
Obviously, you guys have already tied the longest winning streak in Ohio history, a chance to potentially break it tonight. What does this winning streak mean to the Marion Local community, and how has your connection with these people made the journey so special, not just for you and the people involved that will be here at this game tonight, but the players in the game and the players that have contributed to this run over the past few years?
Yeah, if something like that would happen, that's like a cherry on top for the program, because a lot of people contributed it for all 26 years. This doesn't just happen.
Yep.
But for these kids in this locker room and for these coaches, it's 9-0 Coldwater we're playing. I mean, that's all we need. I mean, we're not going to get any more excited than playing a 9-0 Coldwater team.
Thank you, Coach Goodwin. No more motivation needed for this game, without a doubt. We'll have highlights from this one, of course, and all of our nearly 60-plus high schools tonight, 11 for Football Friday night. Back to you.
Thank you, Adam. A huge game there, and it's the only one at Bluffton. 9-0 Columbus Grove taking on 9-0 Pirates. Lima Senior is looking for a 10-0 regular season finish at start. Wapak is looking to do the same at Salina. Elida and Van Wert is win and you're in. Tavian St. Clair and Bell Fountain hit the road, and Liberty Bend is eyeing an outright BVC title. We'll have highlights and scores from these games and the rest of our nearly 60 local high schools.